Alrighty, what's up, everybody? Peter Gilmer here for my second or third, whatever, if you're watching on my YouTube channel, my second video of the day or the night. Once again, here on the Peter Gilmer YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Gilmer. Thank you all for watching this video. Make sure you like this video, hit that subscribe button down below, and subscribe to my other channels. Links are down below in the description box. Follow me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter as we are live on YouTube. So come on in, join the chat, join the fun, and let's have some fun. Talk about NXT on this Friday night, April the 10th, 2020. SmackDown's just about to end. Had some interesting things happening on the show. I got some stuff for next week. Got a tag title match next week, so we'll see what happens with that. We had Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross defend the women's tag team belts against Asuka and Kairi Sane in a rematch from WrestleMania. See how that goes. And we have some a little later tonight, in a couple more hours. So I want SmackDown to end. I want to eat, take a shower, and then do SmackDown before I go to bed tonight, and get you all caught up for the week. All right, on this Friday night, before I start, check out my last video, or check out my AEW review, and check out my last video about the Revival being released from the WWE. Link to that video is down below in the description box. So if you want to watch my AEW video, go back 2 videos and watch it on the video. And that's all I got to say about that. And we will move on from there. So on this Friday night, April the 10th, 2020, on the Peter Gilmer YouTube channel, it is time for your late and out-of-date NXT review for April the 8th, 2020, from the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. Well, this was supposed to be the big one for AEW. They were really bringing the big guns for this episode, and they did, with the 6-woman I'll get it out of my mouth. That's what she said. 6-woman ladder match to see who faces Charlotte Flair for the NXT Women's title. We also had the final match between Gargano and Ciampa, which was very good. Very, very, not very, very good, but very good. I'll talk about that. And yeah, a couple other things on NXT. But this was a good show, and it barely beat AEW in the ratings. It was 693,000 for NXT to 692,000 for AEW. So barely WWE won this week ratings by 1,000 views. And that's all I got to say about that. Just barely won. So, but next week will probably be different. We'll see what happens with that. And we're going to move on from there. So let's start NXT off. And thank you all for joining. And leave your comments in the chat. And we'll talk. And hopefully get more people. And we'll see what happens with that. My SmackDown review, I'm going to put the link out to Facebook and Twitter. But I should do that now. But I'm too lazy to do it. So if you guys want me to do it, I'll do it. But not right now. All right, you know what? Yeah, and I'll do it. I'll do it on my SmackDown review. Fuck it. All right, that's it. All right, we start off NXT with a highlight reel of the Gargano Ciampa feud to brighten our day and get us ready for the match later on in the main event. And that's pretty much it. All right, then we go to the Performance Center with our first match, the 6-woman ladder match, to see who will face Charlotte Flair for the NXT Women's title. And probably get buried. We had my third wife, Io Shirai, the lovely Mia Yim, Dakota Kai, Tegan Nox, Candice LeRae, and Chelsea Green going at it. And the match was pretty good. It wasn't great. I've seen better women's ladder matches in the past. We open up with a humongous brawl, everyone pairing off, as Raquel Gonzalez gets taken out trying to give Dakota Kai a ladder or get the cheap win. And then Dakota Kai gets surrounded by everybody, and they just beat the living bejesus out of her. Io flies in with a missile dropkick and looks to climb until Candice cuts her off, continuing their little feud, Io and Candice. Chelsea Green bulldogs them to the ladder. Ow. As we go to break, we come back. Tegan Nox is in control, taking out Chelsea and climbs until Dakota Kai follows her up. Candice also gets involved. They all fight. They're trying to climb. And they get cut off by Mia Yim as she starts climbing. And Yim counters into soul food. Ouch. Then we get some chairs being used. Io cuts off Mia and climbs. And then Raquel Gonzalez tips the ladder, but Io steps off the ropes into a everybody break. We come back. Raquel Gonzalez picks up Dakota Kai and climbs the ladder with her on her back, which is legal. And we've seen that before with that guy named Ellsworth. James Ellsworth. When he got the Money to Bank for Carmella back in the day. And then Asuka basically beat his ass. So we get that. We come back. Like I said, Gonzalez picks up Kai and climbs the ladder with her on her back. Mia stops it, fights off Raquel, and Tegan Nox choke slams them off and threw a table at ringside. So we kind of had a deal, if you think about it. Dakota kicks her off the ropes and threw a ladder on the floor. Ow. Io takes out Dakota Kai, hits a German on Candice, but Candice then hits one of her own. Chelsea Green comes in, and Robbie E. or Robert Stone climbs up for her, helping her up. And then Io and Candice topple them off the ladder. So they're out. They both climb. They trade back and forth near the top of the ladder. Io rakes the eyes of Candice and then sends Candice onto a ladder bridge. And Candice is out cold. And then Io goes up the ladder, takes down the briefcase, and she picks up the victory like I said she would. So very hard with myself on that one. So the right woman won. And that's all I got to say about that. So Io picks up the victory. She'll face Charlotte Flair for the NXT Women's title in maybe a couple weeks. Who knows? I don't know when the match is actually going to be made official, but we shall see what happens with that. And I assume that Io is going to lose, which fucking sucks. Fuck Charlotte. Charlotte should be a transitional champion. Just give it to Io. Let Io run the belt for a year. And that's all I got to say about that. That's what I would do, but I'm not the booker. But still, a good match. Some nasty bumps here and there. Nothing out of the ordinary in the finish. Just them battering up top, and Io got the victory. So she picks up the victory. Match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. So we'll see what happens with Io and Charlotte Flair when their match happens. And that's all I'm going to say about that. And we will move on from there. And to the viewer who came in and then left, well, fuck you. Come back! And that's all I got to say about it. All right, then we're going to look back on Finn Balor being challenged by Imperium and his trip to NXT UK to challenge Walter for the NXT UK title. I said on my Revival video that Jordan Devlin won the NXT UK title. I meant the NXT Cruiserweight title. I know Walter has the NXT UK title, so my bad. So anyway, so we went to challenge Walter, and then we see a promo from Finn. Balor tells Walter they may share a lot of traits. They both have creative control over their own worlds, but here we are, and but we're unable to make our own respective moves. And the title you hold is on borrowed time. So that match is going to be great whenever it actually happens. Whenever this coronavirus crap ends, we can finally see some NXT UK action, because they can't do it in the UK because they're on lockdown, which sucks. I would love to see that match. I don't think Finn's going to beat Walter, but we'll see what happens with that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars for the segment, and we'll see what happens with Walter and Finn Balor. moving forward, and that's pretty much it. All right, then we get highlights of Rinku and Saurov's debuts last week. Those two big Indian guys who beat Jesus out of Matt Riddle, and they had Stokely Hathaway or Malcolm Bivens with them. So they get introduced, and then they talk. They had a match. They have a match coming up, and I'll get to that in a second. So we got that, and then we get another Killer Kross video package, which is always nice to see. Can't wait for him to debut, probably in a couple weeks to a month, and that's that. Then we get the recap of the kidnappings by those ninjas who kidnapped Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde, or DJZ. So we don't know who did it. Hopefully we'll find out who kidnapped them in the coming weeks, and that's all I got to say about that. And we move on. All right, then we get to match number 2, Rinku and Saurov with Malcolm Bivens at ringside taking on two jabronis named Chase Parker and Matt Martell. I don't think Matt Martell is any relation to Rick the Model Martell. Elegance. I missed that. Rick Martell should be in the Hall of Fame, God damn it. But I digress. It's also Rinku and Martell, with Rinku controlling. They basically beat the living bejesus out of this team. And it wasn't a great debut for this team, but they beat him down. And then we get near the end. Rinku beats down Parker, takes out Martell, and then they hit the demolition finish. Or the what demolition used to do, the second rope elbow drop into a backbreaker to finish him off. So, Rinku and Saurov paying tribute to Demolition, even though Demolition does it way better. Just saying. And that was that. So they pick up the win and they debut. Match wasn't all that great. I gave it 2 out of 5 stars. And would have been nice maybe with a Malcolm Bivens promo at the end, but that didn't happen. So less is more. That's all I got to say about that. And we're going to move on from there. All right, then we get a promo from my good friend and yours, the NXT World Heavyweight Champion. Say it with me now, Adam Cole, baby! And he cuts a promo on the Velveteen Dream, calling him lucky for beating Bobby Fish. He says lightning will not strike twice, and that the Dream doesn't deserve a shot at his title, and he calls the Dream a pretender. So that was it. Bing, bang, boom, to the point, and I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And we'll see what happens with Adam Cole, baby, and the Velveteen Dream as their paths will collide for the NXT World title in probably a couple weeks, and that's all I got to say about that. All right, after that, we revisit Charlotte defeating Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's title, making her a 2-time NXT Women's Champion and a 11-time champion overall. That sucks, but it is what it is. So we get that. Then we found out that next week we will get a tournament, an interim tournament to crown a new Cruiserweight champion. I assume we're going to get like Leo Ruff, maybe Angel Garza, Austin Theory, Kushida, Cameron Grimes might be in it. All the little guys in there. We'll be throwing in Joaquin Wilde. If he gets found, we'll be throwing in there. Isaiah Swerve Scott will be in there. So you got a good tournament that's going to start up next week. And we'll see who's in it and the matches that come out of it and who will become the next Cruiserweight champion, and then probably lose it back to Jordan Devlin when Jordan Devlin gets better, because I think he's sick right now. I don't know. I got to find out what happened with that. I think he's sick or they just stripped him because of something. I forgot what it was. And that's that. So we get that. So a Cruiserweight title tournament begins next week. Should be fun. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, then we get Gargano, the Game, Triple H, and Ciampa all arriving to the Performance Center. So we'll see what happens with that. And then we end the night off with the final match of this long-running feud between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. And this match went long. I mean, really long. You thought Edge and Orton were long? This match went 48 minutes. 48 minutes of pure brutality. And it was fucking phenomenal. And, a lot of people giving it shit, but because it went too long. An epic match, I think it should have lasted maybe 20, 25 minutes at most. I think it went way too long, in my opinion. Probably like the Edge and Orton match, it went way too long. But we had a lot of action in this match, so I hope you bear with me. I got a lot to say, so get that. So Triple H comes in and leaves him a chair as we get a cinematic treatment. Ciampa kicks the chair away and he tells Gargano that he wins. And Gargano says it isn't happening. Then you go at it. And the angle, it was shot really good. Like how the Boneyard match was. Very cinematic. Very unlike the Edge and Orton match, which wasn't really cinematic at all. And that was that. So they start off, and they go back and forth with punches in the corner. Ciampa with an Irish whip. Gargano goes to the apron. And Gargano comes back with a kick. Goes for a slingshot spear, but Ciampa cuts him off as we go to break. Ciampa then grabs the chair while Gargano stopped him. He Ciampa with a knee, kicks and some strikes. Kicks Gargano in the knee, and then catapults him into the bottom turnbuckle. Ow. And then the referee, Drake Younger, asks if he wants to stop. Gargano obviously said no. So Ciampa says he's Johnny Wrestling and we're not going to stop anything. Gargano then slams the leg into the ring post and does it again. Goes to the floor, holds his knee. Well, Ciampa goes to the floor and holding his knee. Gargano kicks Ciampa in the head, asking him about his ACL injury. It was ACL because he previously had an ACL injury that knocked him out of action for a while. He goes for a suplex on the floor, but Ciampa blocks it. Ciampa picks up Gargano and sends him into the ring post. Ow. And they go back in. Gargano kicks Ciampa and then hits a suicide dive. And then he gets back in the ring and goes back to the floor. He sends Ciampa into some trash cans and some chairs. He punches him against a trash can and says he expected a little bit more from Ciampa. He hits Ciampa in the back with a trash can lid. Takes the trash can and hits Ciampa in the back again with it. Then they go back in the ring. Ciampa grabs a chair. Gargano stands on it. And then Gargano punches and starts kicking Ciampa. Stands on the arm, and he hits Ciampa in the arm with the edge of the chair. Ow. Then the leg, as he talks about the torn labrum and torn ACL that he suffered a while back. Gargano asks Ciampa about his neck and hits him in the back of the neck with the edge of the chair. Ow. Gargano sits down, and he tells the ref that this is what Ciampa wanted. He takes the chair and hits Ciampa in the back with it again. And then he says, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Puts the chair in the turnbuckles while Gargano is sent right into it as we go to another break. We come back. Gargano sends Ciampa to the floor. Goes for a dive, but is met with a trash can lid. And Ciampa hits Gargano with the trash can lid again. He stands on Gargano's hand when Johnny goes for the chair. Puts the chair around Gargano's head, and he sends him into the ring post with the chair around his head, a la Taker style. Ouch. He falls with some more kicks, hits Gargano on the back with a plastic cable, grabs a crutch, says it brings back some memories. Then he begins to choke Gargano with the crutch. Then he kicks him in the head. Gargano looks for a weapon, and he sprays a fire extinguisher in Ciampa's face. Ciampa tries to clear his eyes with some water, but Gargano tries for a power driver. But Ciampa counts with a powerbomb through a table. He tells Gargano it ends in the ring and cuts the cord tied to the ring. He stomps on Gargano again as the ring skirt on two sides of the ring are removed. Pulls up the mats in one corner of the ring while the referee tries to talk some sense into Ciampa, but Ciampa's like, fuck you. He's sick of the lies. He kicks Gargano in the ribs. Gargano goes outside, and Ciampa follows him out. Gargano runs a production case into Ciampa, and he slams Ciampa's head on top of that. He sends Ciampa into the production truck parked outside. Then he punches Ciampa, rolls a protection case, but Ciampa moves before it makes any contact with him. Ciampa goes to the other side of the truck. Gargano looks around, looking for him. Ciampa gets on top of the cab of the truck, and Gargano walks around. Ciampa climbs on top of the truck, and Gargano goes up top with him. Kind of reminiscent of Agent Orton a little bit. And Ciampa and Gargano exchange punches, and Gargano hits a super kick. Ciampa comes back with chops, but Gargano with another super kick to stop that. Ciampa with a kick to the midsection, and then he asks Johnny if this is fun. He stomps on the back of the head, and Gargano punches back. Gargano with some headbutts to Ciampa. Gargano gets the Gargano escape on top of the truck. They can't win there. Gargano's super kick is blocked, and Ciampa hits a knee strike until Gargano connects with not one, but two super kicks as we go to another break. Come back, Ciampa returns to the building, hits Gargano with a crossbody off the bleachers through a table. Then they go back and forth. Gargano throws a trash can lid and some chairs in the ring. And then they go back in the ring where the boards are exposed as Gargano chokes Ciampa in the corner. Ciampa is put on the turnbuckles and Gargano punches him. Gargano tries to get Ciampa on his shoulders, but Ciampa counters with some elbows and some forearms. And then Ciampa gets Gargano on his shoulders for a super air raid crash onto the floor. Ow. That had to really hurt. And Younger has to get this. And if they want to stop, we go to break after that. A lot of breaks though in this fucking match. Ciampa misses with a crutch shot, but he puts it against Gargano's mouth. Gargano moves and Ciampa hits a running knee that knocks the referee off the apron. Whoops. Gargano hits Ciampa in the back with a crutch, picks up Ciampa and puts him back in the ring. Ciampa comes back with a knee and a DDT on the exposed boards, but the referee's out on the floor still. Sucks for Ciampa. Gargano grabs for Ciampa's hand and Ciampa pulls it away. There's a piece of the crutch in his hand while Gargano has the rest of the crutch. Gargano with a super kick to Ciampa, but Ciampa kicks Gargano before Johnny can even use the crutch. Then they hit each other with their respective pieces of the crutch, and then both go down. And then Candice LeRae comes out, Johnny Gargano's wife, and looks like she was gonna stop this madness, and does her best acting gig. Ends up low blowing not only Ciampa but her husband. But Johnny gets up, starts laughing. He goes inside his pants, tries to grab his dick, but he takes out a cup and then throws it at Ciampa. And Johnny picks up Ciampa, hits the fairy tale ending on the exposed boards for the win. So Gargano picks up the victory. Finally ends this feud, or did they end the feud? I still think this is going to go on for months and years to come. But Gargano supposedly ends the feud, gets the win. Match I gave 4 out of 5 stars. It was pretty good, cinematic-like. And I still think it went on too long. But that was that. 4 out of 5 stars for that. Afterwards, Johnny leaves with Candice, and she asks if he's good, and he says he is better than good. And then as they leave the building, we see someone in a car near Candice and Johnny's car, and they pull away. So we don't know who that could have been. Might have been Scarlett Bordeaux and Killer Kross. Of course, we saw Killer Kross's vignette promo when Triple H was in the ring with Ciampa and Gargano a couple weeks ago. So who knows? I think it is going to be Scarlett Bordeaux and Killer Kross. They didn't show their faces, but I think eventually over the next coming weeks we'll see more of Killer Kross and maybe Scarlett Bordeaux with some more vignettes, and then maybe a sneak attack on Johnny and Candice. But we'll see what happens with that. So I can't wait for that. So Killer Kross's first feud is gonna be with Johnny Gargano. What are you gonna do? Could be good, could be bad, who knows? But Killer Kross is coming to NXT. I can't wait for his debut match. Debut. And he looked like he's targeting Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. And with his hot-ass girlfriend, Scarlett Bordeaux, in tow. So we shall see what happens with that. So all in all, NXT was pretty good. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10 stars. And Gargano and Ciampa was good. Was good, but could have been way better. And if it didn't go for 48 minutes, they could have put on a couple of extra filler matches, and then let Ciampa and Gargano go for about 20, maybe 30 minutes at most. But they went 48 fucking minutes. The rest of the show was put to them, like from 9:10 to 9:15 on. That was it. It was just Ciampa and Gargano for the whole rest of the show. But what are you gonna do? It was still a pretty good match, despite what others think. But that's just my opinion. If you don't like it, well, fuck you. And that's all I gotta say about that. So 7.5 out of 10 stars for NXT. We'll see what happens this coming week on the program. We got the interim Cruiserweight title tournament beginning. We'll see what happens with Adam Cole, baby, and maybe the Velveteen Dream. And their little feud is going to continue on. We'll see what happens with Johnny Gargano and maybe Killer Cross and Scarlett Bordeaux. We'll see what happens with that and Candice LeRae. We'll see what happens with Io as she goes to battle the NXT Women's Champion Charlotte Flair. We'll find out when that match is going to be taking place on TV. And much more to come this coming Wednesday night on NXT from the Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. So it should be some good stuff on Wednesday. We'll see how the ratings play out next week. AEW's got got Jake Hager and Jon Moxley, no holds barred, empty arena for the AEW World Title. See how that goes. We also got Lance Archer and Colt Cabana in the TNT tournament. That should be an match. We'll see what happens with that. And more to come as well on Wednesday night on TNT. So next week should be a pretty good week. We got a live Monday Night Raw. We'll see what happens with Drew McIntyre, the new WWE champion. We'll see what happens with the Street Profits, Bianca Belair, Austin Theory, Angel Garza, and Zelina Vega. What happens with that situation? We'll see what happens with that. And more to come on Monday Night Raw this Monday on the USA Network. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So that's it for my review. Thank you for watching. I got my SmackDown review coming up in a couple of hours. So I'm going to go watch it right now after I have some dinner. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So thank you for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore signing off. Peace out. Rock on. If you don't like it, fuck you, man. Because you can't do anything about it. That's all I got to say about that. So thank you for watching. I'm out. Peace, bitches.